Oh, yes. Guys, what is popping? You know what time it is. It's time to sauce up with another live stream. And we in this one, man. If you guys were here last time, we started a new series. Literally and literally. Literally and literally, bro. Brand new series on the channel, but also creating a new anime series with you guys. This is a community anime series that we was making. And I was like, you know what? We created like essentially a first episode. And we were like, I was like, you know what? Let's stop there. Let's stop with the first episode. And I was like, we need to come up with some other things though, right? We need a title. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need a title. We need character development. We need like character motivations, world building. There's a lot that we have to kind of get. So this episode, we're working on the power system. El power system or magic system, however you want to call it, a magic system, power system, whatever, either one. Essentially the same concept, right? The magic system is essentially what is the power in said show. Could be a movie, could be anime, cartoon, whatever is like the world's power, right? That's what the magic system is. In the anime world, you got things like Ki, Dragon Ball. Things like Nen in Hunter x Hunter. You got chakra like in Naruto. You have quirks like in My Hero Academia. Then you have some that have multiple power systems in it. Like One Piece has Devil Fruit, Haki, right? Right? You got Bleach that got Ryatsu and whatever the Quincy powers Jerry used. And then you also have like the Hollow. There's a lot of different power systems there, right? But we're trying to find what's going to be the best for the series that we're creating. So first and foremost, everybody that is here, thank you, welcome. Everybody that has contributed to the story so far, thank you and welcome. This one's going to be dope. And for those that don't know what's going on, we're essentially creating a community anime series on here. F it, that's what we're doing. So with that being said, it's all going to be basically done through the Phantom Troupe, which is to my right there, to your left, but to my right. Now with this, for a couple of reasons is why we're doing it through this. One, this is our community for Absolutely Geeked, right? See at the top, Absolutely Geeked Phantom Troupe, or Absolutely Geeked Phantom Troupe right there. Bah, right? But number two, it will be easier for me to make sure I can reference back to who helped create it so people can get their credits, bro, right? Because I really want to make this happen. I think this would be really dope, but I want to make sure people get credited properly for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they helped write it. Cool. These are, you know what I'm saying? That way people get their credits. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so the first post that is in the Phantom Troupe at the moment, let me pull this up, is where we are going to be living today. So right here, and if you guys see this, if you scroll down, you'll see one that we did yesterday. Right here, let's create a story with comments. There's 54 in here, right? 54. Let's go from oldest to newest. This is the entire story that we were writing yesterday. The first episode of this series that is still unnamed. We have a challenge going on in the Phantom Troupe right now for naming this motherfucker. All right. We got an hour to go until that challenge is up. So if you guys want to submit a name, we can go from here. Submit the names. If you guys want to partake in this process, easy thing to do. Click the link at the top of the chat. Join the Phantom Troupe. It's free. There's no strings attached, no weird shit. It'll literally pop up on my screen here. I will accept you, and you can get to work and help us create something cool. So nothing crazy. So I'll keep on the lookout for people coming in. But how are you guys, man? Chat, what is good? We got Lion in this thing, Scourge Gaming in this thing, R. McCracken, what's good? Sidious in this thing. He new. He up here, bro. Sidious is like, bro, I'm I'm not being late today. Not today. Let's go. Vol standing is what the Quincy use. Got you. I'm a nerd. I appreciate it. Can't wait for TYBW. I don't know what that is. What's TYBW? What is that? Thick young black women? What is that? What is that? I don't know what TYBW is. That? Hey yo, bruh. TYBW is thick young black women. That's what I like. 1,000-year blood war? Bleach. Got you. I see you. Bro, you gotta preface that first, bro. You just throwing out acronyms. I'm like, what is going on? Thick young black women. I know what you was doing. Deity, what's good? We got Black Magic in here. What's up? Marcellus, what up? Bagel noob in this thing. He said, you still F with Discord, bro? Bro, so I'm trying to move everybody from Discord over to the Phantom Troupe. There's like 6,000 of us over on Discord. I want to move everybody over because this, I'm telling you right now, is going to be the new wave of how we're going to be communicating. And the developers over here, they're in touch with me a lot about adding certain features. Like I'm talking to them like every other day. So I promise you, this is going to be a much better fit. And I'll show you right now so you guys don't think I'm BSing with you. Watch this. So I'm going to the comments real quick. For this, for what we're doing right now. So every person that's in here, see where it says reward, I'm gonna give everybody put a comment in here. 50 coins. We're like, what the hell is the coins? What does that mean? And I'll tell you that in a second. So you get coins for participating in the community, right? Whether it be in challenges, commenting, and there's more stuff coming into the community as well. Like there's other features that they haven't talked, that I haven't told y'all about that are coming. Crazy. Now check this out. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. I hit exclusives, right? So what I do here is I bring over a la carte Patreon content. Okay? Are you following me? And see how it says 50 coins? Oh shit. I could cash that out for Patreon content. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is I can't do that type of stuff over on Discord. I can on here. So people that want to be involved in the community, want to help build shit, blah, blah, you actually get perks for helping out, for actually being people in the community. You feel me? So for those that can't financially support the channel and support the cause is the way to do it. So that's why this is the wave. This is the wave, bro. The wave. So back to what we were saying before. This is going to be specifically creating the power system for this anime that we're writing. All right. Skirter said, I'm watching One Piece right now. Okay, nice, nice. Who that for life, Chris? Okay, he says Sasuke did nothing wrong. Not hashtag Sasuke did nothing wrong. Armor Kraken, can we get a challenge for what the soundtrack for this series would be? Or could people find art that would fit the series? That could be really cool. I'm down for that. Black Man said, laughing at the thick young black woman is definitely better, though. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Come on, man. Y'all said a TYBW. I wasn't thinking anime. I was like, what you talking about, bruh? I know what you thinking about. You thinking about walls right now. Like, I'm trying to get in dim walls. I know what it is. Homeasian, what up? Best 7 in this thing. Ox Emperor in this thing. Or Onyx Emperor, my apologies. Dante, what's good? Now, if you guys have not become part of the Phantom Troupe, what are you guys doing, man? Join the squad. And put in your entries. Because we're going to be going through this today. Finding, tweaking stuff. Thinking about it. Discussing it. Are these cool things that we can build upon? So for those that missed out on yesterday, I'll give you guys a quick read of the first episode so you kind of get an idea of where we're at. And then we're going to go right into the power system stuff. Cool? So we're going to go back to this. This was from yesterday. Okay, this is what we wrote yesterday as a community, bro. Okay? As a community. Let me turn the music down a little bit, all right? Music down a little bit because it's really bumping in my ear right now. Okay, cool, cool. You ready? Here we go. Ahem. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Somebody in here already. Hold on. Let me go back. We have somebody added. Who is this? Taekwon, this thing. Learning experience for myself. Bow. Taekwon, you in this thing. Check your email or your phone number depending on what you used as your login. You'll be getting a confirmation. Put the code in and you Gucci. And we'll see you in here, sir. Welcome to the Phantom Troupe, where your dreams become reality. I'm just saying. Oh, bro. What if I really made it that dramatic, though? What if I made it that dramatic? Where your dreams become a reality. The Phantom Troupe. All right, so you guys ready? All right, so yesterday, this is what we wrote. This is what we wrote as a community for the first episode of the unnamed anime series. Cool? You guys ready? Here we go. Deep within the Andromeda galaxy on the planet Trey, sounds like Trey, H is silent, was a powerful race of people, the Glocks. The Glocks have traversed space for millennia. They hunt for moons to make their own, prize jewels to keep and show off. Among the Glock warriors was their commander, Azrael, a fierce leader with a childlike voice. As we look into the past, the proud commander was always mocked for his childlike voice, but that didn't stop him. Commander Azrael spoke with his top scientists to take his DNA to create a child that would be superior to him in every way and lead his world into the future. Problem was, Sun didn't want that. But little does the Sun know that in the future, he would have to have a fierce battle with his worst enemy that would span years of physical and intellectual combat. Current time, the Sun, Genova Prime JP, is 14 years old. His father, Azrael, is having a conference on their home planet of Trey with other solar system leaders. The leader of the Nines, Talos, offered a treaty between the Glocks and the Nines, hoping to spare his moons. Azrael and the solar system leaders have a meeting to stop the days of Armageddon, where outlaws that roam the planet where outlaws that roam the planet in all the 5 provinces. Because of this incident, people would suffer and would live in fear. The solar system leaders decide to bring different marksmen and specialists to defend the 5 provinces. At this point in time, Jericho, son of Azrael, want to make his own mark on the land to become his own man. Genova Prime nicknamed Jericho for his habit of destroying walls in his room as a child. Get it? Walls of Jericho. That's actually really clever. I respect that. I thought it was funny. Is training in one of his father's bases on Trey's, the largest moon named Chirakas. Blicky, the family weapons master, is training the young Jericho in the historical martial art of gun kata. As he's practicing his curved bullet technique, he hears a loud explosion from outside the training facility. A third party outside of the leader meeting attacked. They call themselves Vesper, ruled by the Dark Lord named the Unknown. The reason his name is Unknown is because no one knows his real identity. He declared war against new formed alliances simply because he loves to see chaos, but controlled. Blicky pauses from battle, rigid and tense. In a flash, Blicky sprints out of the training room, gun still in hand. Azrael is fighting off the enemies. All seems lost when Azrael feels there is no other way. He must use the forbidden technique of the Glock warriors. Da-da-da-da. The reason it's forbidden technique is because it cripples the user after one use. He does it to save his people and alliance, but he fails. The Magnus 44, the final technique passed down from father to son. Though if he uses it now, what will be left of him? It drains far too much power, but Azrael has little options left. Genova races out of the room to follow the sound. He and Blicky arrive to see Azrael starting to power up. Azrael takes a look at his son, and a single tear flows out of his eye. Jericho screams, "No, it's not worth it!" But Blicky does not stop Azrael because he knows that this is the only way for everyone to survive. Father! Now it is Blicky's job to get Jericho out of danger, off planet, away from Vesper to train him. Ezreal locks eyes with his son as the heat intensifies in the area. He's not looking at the genetic experiment he raised as the ultimate successor. He's looking into the eyes of his son. It's too late, he thought. A massive explosion covers the lands of the mighty Glock warriors. He had to put a stop to the unknown. Azrael chastised his son to think more like a leader. Asked him if he really believed that this attack was the only lands that the unknown's power had reached. The light can be seen throughout the cosmos. Something awakens inside Jenova and breaks out in a complete rage. Not my father, Jericho screams. He rushes forward to stand between his father and the enemy. Jericho replies, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I run and you're dead. I'm here to fuck shit up, exhaling smoke from his heated body. Blicky quickly flashes in front of the boy, slamming his fist into his stomach, catching him on his shoulder. Jericho yells, you, not that shit, not that. That was a joke. Knocks him out cold to carry him to safety. Blicky looks back, gives Azrael one last look before flashing away with Jenova. Azrael, knowing the boy would want revenge, knowing just how cold revenge can be. Don't become like me, my son. They escape to their ship and fly off. And you see Azrael and the Alliance still fighting with Vesper. What's Azrael didn't account for was that Talos, leader of the Nines, would stab him in the back. Blicky thinks of the last moment of his oldest friend as blood ran down Azrael's eyes. Blicky has a flashback of the two of them very young. A distraught Azrael yells at the young Blicky, you could have saved him. You failed me. You failed our kingdom. Blicky flashes back to the present day as he mutters quietly to himself, looking down at the young heir. Never again. Where are you taking me now? Why? I'm taking you to a sacred place, a temple, well away from time, the Temple of the Nine. Time skip 3 weeks into the future, where Blicky and Jericho looking for a new planet to settle on to train in the first episode. Episode 2 starts the abandoned planet of Telos Prime. We're going to start there when we actually get back to writing it. But that's essentially the first episode. You understand? That's the first episode. So now knowing all of that, right? Knowing all of that, we want to start talking about what is the power system going to be? What's it going to be, bro? What's going to be the power system in this thing? Let's jump into it. What we have so far. So we have 4 different entries right now for power systems. If you guys want to submit your power system to this as well, click the link at the top of the chat. Become part of the Phantom Troupe. Like I said, it's free. It's just for us. It's just an easy way for me to not get spammed by crazy people. Cool? Click it. Fill out the thing. It'll send me a notification here. I'll invite you. You'll get a code. And that's it. Coolie cool, coolie cool. So Nato92 submits this saying, I'd call my system aura calling. Aura is given to its user by forming a contract with a mystic corresponding with one of the 4 elements, fire, air, earth, or water. That's pretty dope. So with that, I'm thinking like, all right, well, Is it just, so with that, is there like, cause like, I'm thinking of like, all right, is it just like the base level of that element and you can apply it to stuff like weapons, or is it like a bending thing? You know what I'm saying? Where you can actually control that element, or is it something where if you have read the beginning after the end where they could utilize that element in, different ways, whether it be internally, externally, you know what I'm saying? Like you can pair it to weapons. Like how detailed of it do you want it to go? You know what I'm saying? Amal said Webtoon and Phantom Troop collab. Bro, I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I mean. Like, yo, this is a community thing. So I'm like, this would be dope for us to, you see what I'm saying, right? Which is why I'm like, I want to make sure everybody that is contributing to this is in the Phantom Troop, right? first and foremost, so we can credit everybody properly. Trying to do with people's YouTube thumbnail, like YouTube names, this is going to be the most impossible thing to do. So yeah. So what are you guys thinking? Like, because that actually sounds really cool, right? That, like, I like it's simple, but then it has a lot of scaling you can do with it, right? Because again, as soon as I thought of it, as I was reading this, I was like, man, it sounds really similar to the beginning after the end, right? Which I'm okay with. I'm all good with it taking ideas from previous stories, right? Because there's not really a ton of, unbelievably new ideas. You know what I'm saying? So this could be cool. I like that a lot. Lion has system name, upper echelon, accessing higher dimensions, 5th, 6th, 7th, etc. to use different abilities and weapon attacks. So you have echelon weapons forged by the echelons, beings that existed in higher dimensions that reach the upper echelon of life, found in ruins by current beings. 3 classes: melee weapons, guns, projectiles, and laser energy. Okay. Okay, so real quick, so are we talking about, like, when you're talking about dimensions, are we talking about like 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, or are we talking about just like dimension as like just a higher level? Are we actually talking about like dimensional? You know what I'm talking about? Like, is it just like a play on the word, or is it like literal dimension? You know what I'm talking about? Because that could get real messy. It could be real messy and really complex. 5th dimensional weapon is tethered to our 3 dimensions of space, okay, and 1 dimension of time, but it can access a 5th dimension, which is visible to the human eye. We call it the jump dimension. The blade looks like it's cutting through our conventional space, allowing you to cut across distances at long range, removing the need for bullets. The hilt stays in your hand, but the blade appears in 2 different places at once. How far can you project the attack depends on power and mastery. Interesting. 6th dimensional weapon is tethered similar to the 5th, but with the 6th dimension gives you a fractal effect. We call it the mirror dimension. While your 5th blade looks like there's 2 blades cutting, it's just the same 1 blade cutting through space. The 6th dimension multiplies the number of blades that appear from the slice of your 1. The number of blades summoned depends on the amount of energy you put into the weapon, and that increases with power and mastery. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's cool. 7th dimensional weapon, that's the highest ever found. The last 7th weapon was last seen centuries ago. Reaching the 7th dimension untethers one of the core dimensions that in which humans naturally have no control or freedom in, the time dimension. Weapons that could can through or cut through, maybe cut through time. You could slice where the enemy was moments ago, or you could slice where the enemy could end up moments later. How far you can attack forward in time or backwards depends on your power and mastery. We call it the 7th dimension. 7th dimension, the travel dimension. That's actually cold, bro. Like that concept is actually really dope. That's an interesting concept. City said, this is interesting. That's right. That's actually really interesting, guys. Like, this is really cool because it's taking a very complex idea, but it's making it to where it's like, all right, well, this is just what the extra dimension allows you to do, right? So that's kind of cold, especially depending on what the weapon is. I'm just saying that's kind of Black said great detail. Rondo said I made mine super simple, but that sounds pretty dope, bro. But that's what I mean though, right? Like, the ideas of these is not to necessarily be like, oh, this is what it is. It's to expound upon it, right? Because again, we were talking about yesterday, it's not about who creates the best idea. It's just the best idea just needs to win. It just needs to exist, right? So the cool thing is we get to hear all the ideas and be like, ooh, because there's going to be certain things that you'll be like, oh, that's dope. But if you tie that with that, you see what I'm saying? Because this is awesome. But to me, I'm like, how do you take that and then make it more interesting? I would add the elemental side of things. You know what I'm saying? Because that way it's not just the weapon that you have to worry about, sword, gun, whatever. Now you have to worry about properties. You know what I'm saying? In conjunction with these dimensional, tiering. That's really fucking cool. I actually like this a lot. Like, that's actually really dope. I like that a lot. That's cold. Okay. Yo, y'all need that deserves some love, bruh. We need some love for that one, bruh. That was awesome. All right, let me go back because I want to make sure that everybody gets So we got boom. So the third one, McCracken in this thing. Whew, I'm excited, bro. Okay. All right. So McCracken says, system name, is it Kaikai or Ki or Ki? Or it's just one. Ki. Is it Kai or Ki? Can you spell it phonetically, McCracken, in the chat, just so I can make sure I'm not misspelling it? Can you just spell it phonetically? Because it's spelled K-I-A-I. So how would you say that? Is it Ki? Kie? K? Brandon, to tie it all together, combine best parts of all the ideas. Well, that's what I mean, right? It's figuring out, because some things may go together really well. I think the first two actually go really well together. Really similar to like Devil Fruit and Hockey, where it's like, oh, this would be really sick, right? Kraken said like Ki. Okay, Ki. Okay, got you. All right, cool. So the system name is Ki. Ki means a battle cry that describes fighting spirit. The 4 Ki forms would be Guardian, Messenger, Healer, and Oracle. Ooh, this is cold, okay? So these forms are a nod to the archangels because Azrael's name is rooted in them, right? The basics of Ki include intense workouts and mental training that preps users for the spiritual side of Ki. So Ki form Guardian lets a user only increase Ki energy, strength, not physical strength. Okay, so the energy strength, got you. So Ki strength. Guardian can be used as a shield around a user's body, but can be disrupted by Messenger. Oh, this is dope. Okay. I see what's going on here. So Ki form Messengers, users gain muscle memory and capacity for Ki techniques. Overuse of Messenger can temporarily or permanently cause damage to a user. Messenger has secondary uses where a user can disrupt or reflect Ki techniques and energy. Okay. Ki form Healer. Users can heal their physical wounds like Tsunade with regeneration, or heal and recover their Ki over time like Senzu beans in a way. A cool use for a healer could be someone storing their Ki casually to secretly be a powerhouse like Kenpachi. That's dope. Okay. Ki form Oracle, an unorthodox Ki. Well used in bad situations. If a user thinks of a unique way they could use their Ki that could help them, they'll form Oracle, which will spawn a random limited time ability. This would be a very limited type ability in its use. On rare occasions, a Ki user might be able to keep an ability spawned by form Oracle. I don't really understand what that is a little bit. If you can go back and retype that fourth one so I'm not really following it. So you're saying that you can basically create a technique out of nowhere, but it's only limited. On rare occasions, the Ki user might be able to keep an ability spawned. So in some circumstances, you'll create one, but then it'll be like, well, you get it just because it's because of story. You know what I'm saying? Like, essentially. That's interesting, though. I like that there's multiple forms of it. So now the other question is will somebody be able to utilize it to where it's like you can utilize multiple forms of it, or would you only be a master in Messenger or in Guardian or in, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would it be? Sir Savage in this thing, what's good, bro? What is good? So just something to think about. I think that's I like where your head is at, though, for sure. I like where your head is at. It's like switching between affinities, like a super powerful and incarnate or intricate rock, paper, scissors. Lots of strategy. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's almost, but then that's again, it's like, all right, well, it opens a lot for like team combat, which is awesome. That's dope. So I like that a lot. Okay. We'll get back to that. So Scourge, Ganja is a powerful power-up system that power-up system. There are 4 stages to it. Ganja 1 through 3. Then the 4th and final Ganja is Ganja Prime, where it grants the user otherworldly strength at a cost of the thing you love most, which is why Ganja Prime has always been forbidden. Interesting. Okay, so let me just make sure I gave all you guys, because I gave all you guys coins already. So I think in that it's that's dope too. So again, the name though, not Gunja. It's like Gunja, like gun, but it almost looks like ganja, like ganja. I'm cool with the name. The name is cool. I'm liking your guys' breakdowns though. Oh shit. Sidious in this time. Uh-oh. 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 Here we go. Sidious is called chaos. The power of the galaxy within where order exists. What? Where order exists, so too must... What? Where order exists, so too must chaos. Oh, so must chaos. I would say where order exists, so must chaos. Okay. Chaos is challenging the energies of the universe to enhance both their physicality and as well as granting individuals special gifts based on their personalities and characteristics. 2. So for instance, chaos in its base form works similar to nature chakra in Naruto. However, from birth, all life absorbed it into themselves. But only those strong of will or those destined for power can actually utilize chaos. Thus, when utilized, it enhances a person's physical attributes, mental attributes, and grants people the ability to use the arcana, which is magic, grace, divinity, or zeal, ki. Each differ in how they are used. Arcana uses the chaos, which is then mathematically broken down to create untold phenomena. Grace is using chaos to create moral, what is it? What? To create what? Morals? What's that? What? What is this? To create what? I don't know what that means. And then zeal is the use of chaos to further enhance on physical and spiritual abilities, focusing pure chaos for pure destructive means. This is dope and simple. I like how simple it is. It's kind of like, it seems very straightforward. I'm just trying to figure out, what is it? Grace to create miracles? Is that what you were trying to say? Is it miracles? Straw Hat says, shit, I made it. What's popping? Straw Hat, what's good, bro? Miracles. Got you. Okay. Got you. Okay. This is interesting. I would like to see, like, what does a miracle look like? You know what I'm saying? What does that look like? What does a miracle look like? B Ninja says their power level is based upon their basketball skill level. Not on their basketball skill level. Ayo, bro. Yo, this dude, Chef Curry in this thing, bro. He's saucy with it. He's strong, bro. Lion said, that's fire. There are so many different matchups. Does it work like Nin, where there's a genetic component to which type they master? See, that's the thing I was thinking about too, right? Like, because he was saying, like, depending on the person, if they have, like, if they're naturally gifted for something, which is interesting. But I like the simplicity of it, even though it seems like each of those 3 have a lot of vertical growth. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, we got a couple new ones in here, bro. Who's in here? We got moderately productive. I fucking love that name, by the way. Molly Productive, let's go. Marco, anime writing, let's go. Marco, welcome, guys. What's good? Bro, Moderately Productive might be one of my favorite new names, bro. That is great. There's this one guy, I keep forgetting, he's usually pops up on our Twitch streams. I know he follows Toshi a lot. He's his handle is cheeks get clapped every day, B. It's the best. That has to be the best username on any platform that I have seen. That name is phenomenal. Cheeks get clapped every day, B. That's so good. That is epic. Guys, so if I just added you, make sure you guys check however you logged in, phone number or email, check that for a code that you're going to enter in the app to be brought in. All right, let me go back to this and go to old. Cool. But yeah, that's dope. So the bird says, let's say hypothetically, these moons have attributes and not only made for jewelry, the absolute center of that moon is used to build weapons that comes with these attributes that are unique to the weapon. And wielder so unique to the weapon and wielder when they master their connections with the weapon. The better they are, the more they can tap into. It can be a combination of elements or Audrey physical mental. What? Or Audrey physical mental until or even reality. All depending on the moon building, these weapons are really dangerous and uncertain of how it may affect the user. Can you retype that one, brother, just so I can make sure, because I like the concept you're going with this. So you're saying that in this solar system, it's not necessarily just the Glocks that do it, but people are harvesting certain moons to get to wherever center is, and they build weapons out of whatever that material is of the center of that. Is that what you're saying? So there's going to be some rare materials that are on certain moons for certain weapons. Is that what you're talking about? Because that actually seems really dope. I like that concept. I think you might have said that in yesterday's as well. And I think we were just saying that we weren't going to go that far into it today. But that's dope. Sidious said, I made mine simple so we can all build upon it. Didn't want it to go in. Yeah. That's dope, Sidious. That's what I was saying. I could tell that you had set like, this is this vertical, that's that vertical, that's that vertical. And you just like, all right, now fill it. That's what it seemed like. So I like that. Thank you. Cool Breeze, have a hidden potential that correlate to the weapon the character decide to use. See, I kind of like the fact where, obviously the whole, like, there's like a really fine line with power systems that are like, oh, well, you're special. You're like the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always like the weird thing where it's like, oh, well, this strange thing that nobody can master, you can somehow master. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always like that weird stuff. And there's a fine line of making that sound and work really well. But there has to be a equal opposite to that, an equal negative, right? And I'll say Asta would be a good example of that, right? He has no magic powers, but he has this negative, like that's his negative, right? But he then has this sword that he can cancel out magic abilities. He becomes a demon to cancel out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a real, it's like, okay, like you have this whole other thing that nobody got, but you know what I'm saying? Like that to me sounds real. It's one of those types of scenarios, right? So I like the concept. I just want to make sure that whatever we end up landing on, if it is something like that, where it's like a rare thing that only works for certain people, that the certain people is more than just like the MC, right? It's got to be a certain elite type of person that has access to specific rare, ridiculous weapon, you know what I'm saying? Or can be paired with them, you know what I'm saying? That way this adds a little bit more non-specialness to it, right? It's like you're special amongst other special people, right? But you may not be the elite. Like you still got to work for some shit, you know what I'm saying? So could be really dope. I do like that. I do like that for sure. For sure. Hold on. We got somebody else in this thing. Yo, y'all in here charging. Y'all charging up, bro. Sticky icky my blicky. Yo, bro, let's go, bro. Sticky icky my blicky in this thing, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, our squad, bro. Let's honestly, let's try to go to 300 today while we're on the stream. Let's try to get our community to 300. Why not? Why not? Just join, have fun with us. Why not? Maybe let's go conservative. Maybe let's go 250. Let's go 250. Let's not do too crazy. Let's do 250. We at 225 now. Let's try for 250. See where we end up. See who's down to join the fam. I like this so far, guys. I like this so far. So the things that really stick out to me, honestly, and we can talk about it as well, for everybody, but I want you guys to go in and upvote some things, because I think there could be something I like. I really like Lion's Echelon weapons a lot. I like the Echelon weapon concept a lot. And to be fair, this could be something to tie into either Nando's with the aura calling, or with the bird when he was talking about these things that are sourced from these moons, these materials, these elements that are sourced from the moons that make the weapons will garner what dimension level weapon it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some real cool stuff with that. That's really interesting. Straw Hat said, I'm not that creative in this aspect. I really want, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. We're all anime fans, right? So you don't have to be creative, but you know it sounds fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the other side of it, where we have people in the community that are like, I can think of a really dope idea. But then you have other people in the community that watch a lot of content that are like, nah, that sounds fucking sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that is like, we have to also think from a consumer. If, like, would I want to watch that? Would I want to read that? Would I want to see that? You know what I'm saying? We have to think of it that way. So that's all I'm saying, is don't necessarily think of, I can't contribute creatively, because if it sounds dope to you, we want other people to be like, yo, that sounds sick. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't sound cool, then it's like, you know? Rondo said, yeah, that sounds dope. A combination of these. Right. So Keanu said, that is why I said use a hidden potential to go in with one of the other ideas. Got you. Armor Kraken, I updated the info about Kaikai from Oracle to try to clarify. Okay, let's see what he was talking about. So he was saying, an unorthodox Kaikai will well used in bad situations. If a user thinks of a unique way they could use their Kaikai that could help them, their form oracle will spawn a random ability. Ah, got it. So, okay, so it will manifest an oracle to then create an ability that they can use. Is that what you're saying? This would be a very limited type of ability in its use. On rare occasions, a Kaikai user might be able to keep an ability spawned by Form Oracle. Form Oracle works like Kite's ability in Hunter x Hunter. And that Form Oracle will be random based off the person's... Right, that makes sense. So it's like, got you. I completely understand what you're talking about. Got it. That's pretty interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. Straw Hat said, I appreciate. I did completely forget about that. Look, bro, like this is one of the dopest things about this process to me, right? Because, you know, when we write stuff at Ismahawk, we're always like, there's a lot of us writing something that we're putting together, right? Whether it be concepts, whether it be a short story or a film that we're writing, like, and so we'll go through multiple drafts, but we kind of just say, what about this? What about, and and it's always the best idea wins. It doesn't matter who creates the idea, it's who the best idea is. But then there's some of us that are really good at picking holes and stuff. We may not be the best at delivering the idea, but we can be like, all right, well, if that happens and this happens, then why would that happen? Like, we're good at poking holes in it, because that has to happen. You have to poke holes in it to see if the story holds up, to see if the system holds up, right? So the ones that are uber creative with these creative ideas are great, but they're only thinking of the cool ideas. They're not thinking of, how does this make sense if this is applied, right? So now it's figuring those things out, and you guys have seen a lot of stuff. So thinking of it from that perspective is we all have strengths, right? So I'm gonna play this again. Keep this thing rolling. So yeah, very dope, very dope. We at 228 right now, guys, in the Phantom Troupe. First and foremost, thank you guys, bro. We're trying to get to 250 by the end of the stream. So if you guys are not a part of the squad, click the link at the top of the chat, become part of the community, because we're right now creating a community anime live. Just so you guys are aware. So I'm just saying, become part of the community. And I want, for a couple of reasons. One, in this process, I want to be able to give credit to people. And this is a much easier way to contact people than YouTube and Discord. It's just much simpler. And there's a lot more features coming in. Secondly, let me go through and do this now, just before I forget. I'm going to give you guys these coins real quick. Like I told you. I think I only gave it to 4 so far. So let's go to, we'll get everybody else their coins. Let me just make sure. I don't know if that went on. Okay, there we go. So what I'm doing right now, for you guys that don't know, I'm giving everybody that has submitted ideas coins that they can cash out later in here for, and I'll show you guys what that looks like for these exclusive, which are Patreon content. So you guys can help and be involved in the community and actually get Patreon content. So that's the concept of the Phantom Troupe. So for those that look, I want to be able to support you, I want to be involved, but I can't financially support. That's all good, bro, because I'm not asking anybody to do that. But for those that still want to help and help come up with cool shit and stuff like that, this is a cool way for you to at least get some of that Patreon experience, right? Sidious says in the chat, yeah, I like the dimension thing. It takes battles to a different level. It adds strategy to combat, and it forces others to be careful and not charge in all willy-nilly. Leon said, I appreciate it. The miracle aspect of Grace has the unlimited potential, though. Sidious says, I've created many a system for D&D, so I have learned to simplify things to ensure it doesn't add far too much complexity to take away from the fun. Well, I was thinking Grace is most powerful and rare, like you have to be born with grace, but it comes at the cost of part of yourself, like emotions, etc. Right. That would make sense, right? Where you're like standoffish, like you're not a fun person to be around. You know what I'm saying? That could be crazy. So yeah, I'm digging this for sure, bro. Okay, so I personally, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I really like a couple of these a lot. I think the honestly, I think the, what's it called? Where's it at? I like Line's dimensional thing a lot. I think that's really awesome, especially for the weapon side of things, right? Because I think in this, like, we know that there's weapons involved because we've already kind of established that in the first episode. So we know there's going to be some kind of weapons, right? Oh, hold on. Tosh called me. Hold on real quick. Hold on, cuz. Hold on, bro. Yo. I'm on stream, you little bitch. What you doing? You live on stream right now.
The fuck you streaming, nigga? You don't stream.
You literally on stream. Like, you're actually on the stream right now. So we're coming up with power systems right now, right?
Oh, okay.
Bro, the community has some fucking sick ideas, bro. Like really, really dope ideas.
Shit.
Yep. I had a give Straw Hat a little back of the neck tap. Straw Hat was saying, he was like, because he had said, I'm not really creative in this aspect, even though I really want to be. And I was like, bro, but you watch a lot of anime, so you know it sounds fucking cool.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it sounds dope. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you know it sounds dope.
Yep. What the hell are you doing over there, man? You over here playing Ball the Builder? What you doing?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to set my Wi-Fi router up and shit right now.
Ah, okay. Did you get internet already?
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to set it up.
Oh, chill. They got that shit wired already, though. What's good?
I'm about to set it up right now.
Yo.
I have Wi-Fi today.
Oh, shit, bro. You know how, nigga, that's a fast turnaround, bro.
All I gotta do is put my computer in and set my shit up right now. I can stream.
Yo, first of all, that's a fast turnaround. That's probably the fastest internet turnaround I've ever seen in my life. That was a day.
I like walked the spectrum and was like, yeah. They was like, all right. They was like, whoever. They was like,
Hold on, time out. You walked the spectrum. It's like, hey, yo. And it was like, all right. That's the discussion. Enter script. Enter script. Spectrum. All right.
oh shit.
Okay.
But, yeah, man. But yeah, they canceled whoever shit was here and set my shit up. So,
Oh, fire. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
Let me get you right now. So.
Hey, hell
I was
yeah.
like, cool.
Hey.
So, like I said, I just
Yeah.
gotta set my shit up, you know, and run these speed tests.
Yup. Get that
and,
right.
See if I gotta upgrade or not.
Hey.
Because I didn't get the highest plan like before because Swift isn't as tech heavy as Maho.
What you mean?
As in, like, you're stupid.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
yo, real quick, guys, we'll get back into it shortly. I gotta say this. So, I found the video that we shot as a crew when I came out to Vegas. No, when I came out to Vegas, and the back end of the video had the blooper of Swift knocking over the light, and you was like, "What did we say at the beginning of the video? Don't let this nigga near any electronics."
Don't let this nigga
Bro, that shit had me crying, bro. Yo, that's what's up though. Damn, that's a fast turnaround, bro. So what you saying is you're gonna be ready to go for the stream tomorrow or on Monday?
On Monday, for sure.
Oh, guys, you hear that? That means Tabate is coming back on Monday. Sheesh. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna get back to the stream. All right, bros.
Yeah.
And that is Toshi, my guys. So, yo, he said Toshi got internet but no mattress. Hey, look, bro. I was talking because he has a massive, like, I think he has a queen or a king size Tempur-Pedic, but the room that he has now at his new spot is much smaller. So he was like, look, bro, I'm trying to grind on this content this series. I might just sell that big thing and just get something small just so I can sleep on it, because he's gonna be banging out hella content. And I was like, hey man, I know the vibes. I've been there, but yeah, for sure. He said, how do I find me a friend like Toshi, bro? Bro, me and Toshi go back to 2007. 2007, bro. We go back a long ways. So, real friends, bro. Real. And then Mike on A-Team I've known since 2005. Butter and Swift I've known since 2008. Like, we go way back, bro. We go back. Like a Cadillac with 4 flats. But yeah, super dope. That's awesome. I'm glad he got, because we didn't know how fast we were going to get internet. That's awesome. But yeah, man, shouts out to Tosh for sure. Got his internet popping. Guys, we 2 people away from 230 in the Phantom Troupe. We're going to be the next 2 in the Phantom Troupe, bro. Okay, so as far as the system goes, guys. All right, system time. Back to the system. So this echelon shit is cold, bro. This echelon shit is super cold to me. Um, like I said, tying this into like elemental stuff, like because he said like the affinities, right? Because I'm thinking if there's ways of utilizing a couple of different things, right? He said add a little something in the beginning of mine. What do you think? Let me just see. Uh, okay, elemental affinities, plasma, fire, etc., electromagnetic, gravity. Combined with, yeah. So this is what I'm saying, right? So I'm just thinking of like what can the user do to then add to the weapon's ability, right? Like is the weapon just formed, or is it actually like, does a weapon have the element already tied to it, almost like a video game, right? When you get, if you're playing Borderlands, some have fire bullets, some are like ice guns, you know what I'm saying? So in that regard, it's like, is it set up that way, or is it an element that the user is born with, right? Because if we're thinking of I mean, we can go maybe a little bit different to where some of these powers are almost like religion type of shit, right? So think of it this way, where some of the galaxy is on this aura, on Nando's thing, aura calling, right? Some of them are into aura calling, so they actually have elemental, like, you know what I'm saying, like they train in that. So half of the galaxy or half of the solar system is into that, right? You can have some things that are where this battle cry scenario, the Ki, that could be another religion. You see what I'm saying? Like, so where the upper echelon stuff is just the weapon itself, right? So depending on how strong you are and whatever you are will allow you to use certain level weapons. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense? Lion said it could be the weapon is the base and the user adds their element to it. So if person steals someone else's, it would be used totally differently. Right. So that could also be a similar thing as well. Right. Cydia said, oh, wait, if you combine chaos and echelon in such a way that the higher tier motherfuckers, so you can now add what, Sidious? You can now add magic and shit with dimensional. Exactly. So if some of these, because some of these power systems are like rooted into the actual character themselves, like into like the world that they're on, right? Is what it seems like, right? So you're talking about like chaos, right? This is like almost things that people are born with, right? When you're talking about the what's the other one? Aura calling, a very similar thing, right? Ki, a very similar thing where it's like, all right, these are forms and not of archangels, right? Again, religious. So there could be some interesting things where it's like, all right, well, if you know what I'm saying, like there may be like different factions. Have you guys seen a show on Apple TV Plus called Foundation? Have you seen Foundation before? Because this is similar to something like that, where some people believe this particular religion or whatever, and other people just don't. But you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? But this could actually be to where half of the solar system believes one thing, the other half believes the other. So there's different powers, but they still harvest for similar weaponry. See what I'm saying? And whatever their natural powers are affect how the weaponry operates. So if you have these echelon weapons, right? Somebody has a mirror dimension and their stuff is, based off of elements, it operates in a particular way. But if you have one that operates out of, another thing that's not elemental, but more of like, what was the other one? Was the, like Sidious's one, like chaos and, like the arcana, right? Or like grace or zeal, like that's interesting because now, like you were talking about before, the strategy is really different. Holmes How do you say your name, bro? Holmesian? Holmesian? He said, I've not seen Foundation. Bro, I highly recommend watching it. It's a little confusing at the beginning, but once you get how the story is being told, because it's being told in the future and in the past at the same time. It takes a second to be like, what the fuck is going on? But the concept of the show is fucking sick. It is fucking beautiful. It is a beautifully shot show. It's actually really dope. Holmes Ian. Got it. Yes, Holmes Ian. Okay. Leon said the upper echelons could be the gods or the highest level users of chaos, grace, zeal, etc. That way the main character has the potential to become a god. A power struggle of the universe power system would be pretty cool, right? Where it's like this is the way, right? Oh, hold on, we got somebody else in this thing. Hold on, who knocking on the door right now is what I want to know. The socks under your bed. Discussing anime, bro. First of all, welcome. Make sure you check your email or your phone number for the code that I just sent you, so you can join the squad over here and get your contributions in here, bro. Because we have somebody else add another thing in here as well. Let's go down. Let's see what they say. Let's see. So we have a couple. Let's see. To expand a bit more on what I was saying, it would be similar to the first Space Jam, but more serious. And each team must fight for their galaxy in a massive tournament. P.S. If the team loses, their galaxy is utterly destroyed. So basically what you're saying, it's the basketball version of the Tournament of Power. So you have Mark Marmalske. A medical student died because negligence of the authorities. Later, he is granted a second chance in life with some boons. But being an otaku, he chooses to live in the chaotic world of Nam. His power is to bring dead back. He uses his Han. Once he touches dead people, they come back to life. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a story concept. Right now we're thinking specifically of power systems. So think of like Key, right? Okay. So I don't know, guys. How y'all feeling? Basketball or die? Exactly. He like Hezi or die? Guys, we need one more to hit 230. Who is it going to be? Who's going to be the number 230 here in the Phantom Troupe? Will it be you? I don't know. It might be. So we have he said, Straw said, I haven't seen it either. I haven't bought into Apple TV yet. How much is it in your country? I know in the States it's like $5 a month, or is it $7 a month? I think I forgot how much it was. It's not that expensive. They don't have a ridiculous library, like content wise, like the volume, but their quality's really high. So when I said that thumbnail go crazy, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, word. Hey bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it, bro. It took me just a little bit. I was like, how do I want to do this? I was like, how do I make this look dope? I don't know. I have no idea. But really cool. So far, I'm personally liking the weapon side of things. Not an ability to be a nut bust face. No way. No way. All right, so I think there needs to be weapons that have some type of power, right? Weapons that have some type of power, and like maybe two opposing lifestyle powers, like lifestyle power systems, right? That's what I'm thinking, because now you'll have this kind of real life opposing belief vibes, right? Where it's not necessarily people are going to be against each other because of that, but even in real life, right? People that are Christian or Muslim or Buddhists or whatever, they feel that their religion is the religion, right? And then you have the extremists of those, right? You have the extremists of every religion that think that their religion is superior and needs to cleanse the other religions, right? There's always going to be extremists in anything. We see it in anime all the time. The normal anime fan loves the anime, talks about stuff, blah, 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 right? But then you have the extreme fan that will then go to other videos that aren't on that anime and then talk shit about how their anime is better than that video. It's like, bro, this is a Naruto video. Why are you here talking about One Piece? Like, what are we talking about, bro? This has nothing to do with One Piece. Luffy shits on your whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's annoying, you know what I'm saying? But again, extremists. So there's always going to be that. And maybe that's where this unknown character is in. Maybe this unknown is, maybe he's somebody that has, I don't know. I don't know. But he's the unknown, but he might be like the guy. Like he's like, look, I've mastered both this and that, and you know what I'm saying? Like he's the all-knowing type guy. Or he's just against the religion thing, the ways of thinking altogether. I don't know. So kind of like the Jedi and the Sith. Exactly. For the simplistic, yes, exactly. Right? So you want to have something like that to where it doesn't just feel like there's this one character that can do something that nobody else can. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but having something where it's like, you have real civilizations that feel lived in, right? That's all I'm thinking. Maybe it could be the more religious are strict with how powers are to be used, and the other side of the galaxy uses powers more freely. What's the opposing power in the universe? See, I wasn't thinking of it that way, but that could be interesting too. So instead of it being multiple different power systems, it's one power system, but you have certain people that feel you should use your powers for this, and others think you can use your powers for this. Like they're differentiating, they're competing in how it should be utilized. Is that what you're saying? Let me know if I'm getting what you're saying correct. Let me know. Let's see what else. Who's gonna be that 230, baby? We got 229 right now. Who's gonna be at 230, baby? Because I'm thinking, yep, that's kind of what I was thinking. Okay. So, right. Exactly. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So you have the Zanpakuto, which is essentially what the echelons are. Right? Those will be the Zanpakutos. Yeah. And there needs to be, I mean, think of it. Think of it like it's exactly like Bleach. We're going to talk about it, right? You have, that is the main Soul Reaper power, but their power is the Ryatsu, right? So but they work together, right? And the Quincy have a whole other power system. So I don't know. I think this concept is fire. I need help with natural affinities. People imbue into the echelon weapons which elements. How can they stay? How can they oppose each other? I mean, I'm thinking of it from a perspective of, I mean, you talk about it being, if you have the elemental affinities, honestly, I think it can just be random, right? Because if you look at it from a Zanpakuto perspective, some have elements, but not all of them do, right? Like, not like nature elements. Then some have like weird things like poison and like gravity and matter manipulation. You're trying to fucking pedals. You know what I'm saying? So okay. So Sidious dropped some, or Straw Hats dropped something. Let me go back. So not drip. Dance reputation is power. Inner power levels are based off dance battles. Yo, not the dance battles. As well, the dancer all wear coordinated accessories. A 2-part activation like shoes, watch, necklace, hat, etc. These calculate your experience, and each system has different benefits for growing based on the type of dancer. Highest share of different popular dance styles power allowed to buff their crew, use licensed music with no worries, and give them the edge of dance battles. That's actually fucking comedy, bro. That's dope. That actually sounds like a really dope. Honestly, though, that's a dope dance parody, bro. That's a dope dance parody video, actually. If you guys are just now tuning in for the first time, first of all, welcome. We are currently writing a community anime, still unnamed. We did the first episode yesterday live on stream, and today we're coming up with the power system for the anime. So, Brandon a little dance idea though. That's dope, right? That's actually kind of cool for like, that'd be a really dope concept video, I think. So, okay, I think we should roll with Echelon as the weapon system, personally, and then we need to figure out what's going to be like the Ryatsu system, so to speak. Like, what's going to be like the user power system if they don't have a weapon, if they don't have, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be something there if they don't have a weapon to utilize to still be in combat with, right? So, I'm just saying. And, by the way, oh, I need to give you coins, Straw Hat. My bad. My bad, bro. Wow. Okay. So, he said, oh shit. The moons are the resources to create echelons. Hold on, what? What did he say? Are you attracted to it? What? I like the key eye system as well. The key eye system is really dope. I like the fact that the key eye is interesting. I think because of the fact that you have its complexity, but it's not complex, right? And it again adds to that layer of strategy, right? The Echelon beings used the moons as like sheaths to contain their weapons. Like out there. So are you saying that? Okay. So here's my question. Are you ready? These moons, right? We need to think of, are the moons regular moons that are being harvested, right? Or were they like matter in space that they formed moons around to then harvest safely? Does that make sense? To like disguise them. Because like if there's detectors out, if like let's say if I'm a part of the Glock dynasty, right? If I'm a part of this world, right? And I'm out here searching for these Echelon, let's call them Echelon gems at the moment. Let's just call them like an emerald or something like that for the sake of this, right? Whatever this raw material is, there's like some kind of like scouter or tracking thing that can track for that type of energy signature or whatever. Wouldn't you want to hide that from other people to let them know, like, well, that way they wouldn't know that was there? You know what I'm talking about? That way it's like, okay, there's more stars than moons, right? I would say, what? There are more stars than moons. I would say active and inactive stars instead. There wouldn't be more stars than moons. I wouldn't think so. I mean, if you're in the assumption that every star has things floating around it because how gravity works, I would say there's more moons than stars. I mean, if you look at our solar system alone, I think Jupiter and not Jupiter, Saturn and Jupiter have like hundreds of moons. You know what I'm, some crazy number like that, right? So I'm thinking of from that perspective. So would it be like they build or construct things around said, crystal, or do the moons only form around those things? Stars are just more visible because they emit light. Right. You can see them from farther away. Correct. Fake moons to protect resources is smart and a cool idea. They could also act as watch posts and training zones for the Glocks. I mean, that's the thing, right? Where it's like, all right, if it's something that is shielding from the rest of the galaxy, the rest of the solar system, and they're trying to, essentially get more resources, right? That's a way for them to do it. So maybe the moons are, if they're fabricated, would it be like something that is fabricated out of like metal, or would it be more so of like gravity bringing actual space rock around it and them forming something, or you know what I'm talking about? Like how would that make sense? Carlos says, love your content. YouTube, why do YouTube do you like this? I don't know, man, but we're still creating regardless. We're still creating. We're going to find new ways. I appreciate you, Carlo, man, for real. Hey, Carlo, if you're not a part of the Phantom Troop, bro, become part of the Phantom Troop as well. Link at the top of the chat. It's free. It's just an easier way for us to communicate, have more fun with each other, which is what's on screen at the moment, by the way. And you might be 230. I'm just saying, you might be 230, Carlos, if you're not already in there. I'm just saying, you might be that number 230. So I don't know who the 230 is going to be, but somebody about to be 230. Holmesian said, what? Of course there are more stars and moons. What? Of course there are more stars and moons? I'm lost. No. Guys, how many stars are in our solar system? Just think about this really quick. How many stars are in our solar system. Just think about that. Just think about it. Think about it real quick. How many stars are in our solar system? 1. How many moons are in our solar system? A fuck ton. So, Holmesian said billions. What? In our solar system? I'm not talking about our galaxy. Our solar system. Solar system is Mercury, Mars. Wow. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Right? And people call Pluto a planet, not a planet. Whatever. That's the solar system. He's, oh, Adonis, you are so oh, no. No. What? What is he talking about? You gotta be trolling me, bro. Thank you, Honest. I appreciate it. There's only 1 star in our solar system. Guys, he said, don't play Pluto. Bro, Pluto been hired, fired, rehired, and fired, bro. I don't know what's going on with him. Carlo, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. Shocked I had specific check Demon Slayer at AOT, though. You the best. Hey, appreciate it, bro. Jacob Johnson, are these moons within the same solar system, or is this theory a much larger scale thing? See, that's the thing, too, right? So I'm thinking, like, all right, well, if that's the case, like, is it just they go out and build these structures around them? You know what I'm saying? So they're almost like outposts. You know what I'm saying? They could just be random bodies around planets. They could be just, they could be asteroids. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so really interesting. So I think in this, personally, I say, so we can get into more of the details with it, but I think the move, honestly, is going weapon system with some kind of power system for the user. Personally, I personally think, guys, the way to go is upper echelon. What y'all thinking? So if we do upper echelon for the weapon system, do y'all agree in the chat? If you're in the Phantom Troupe already in here, upvote what you feel should be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as, so we essentially kind of need 2 at the moment. We need a weapon power system, and then we need a power system for the user, for the actual person. City said definitely. So we have to figure what that is, because again, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's going to have a weapon. You're going to have characters that may not want to fight with an echelon weapon, right? So that's a whole other thing. Who's 230 in this thing? Carlo in this thing, bro. He like, I'll do it. Carlo in this thing, bro. Let's go, bro. Appreciate you, man. Check your text or your email, however you set up your account. There'll be a code that comes in, and then you just jump in, bro. Appreciate you, Carlo, in this thing, bro. He was number 230. Can we hit 250 before the stream is up? I don't know. I also gotta, I'll be giving you guys, I'll be naming the winner of the giveaway this week on the Phantom Troupe as well, since we're going to be doing that strictly through the Phantom Troupe from now on, just because it's easier to message you guys. Trying to do that through the YouTube comments was a nightmare. Never again. Never again. I remember when YouTube had messaging. Remember you could email, like you could actually message people on. Yeah, can't do that anymore. So yeah, we're doing it through here then, bitch. That's what we doing. And then, so this chaos situation though is really dope. Channel energies of the universe to enhance both their physicality as well as granting individuals special gifts based on their personalities and characteristics. So for instance, chaos in its base form works similar to nature chakra in Naruto. However, from birth, all life absorbed it into themselves. But only those strong of will or those destined for power can actually utilize chaos. Thus, when utilized, it enhances a person's physical attributes, mental attributes, and grants people with the ability to use arcana, magic, grace, divinity, or zeal, key. Each differ in how they are used. Arcana uses the chaos, which is then mathematically broken down to create untold phenomena. Grace is used to create miracles. Zeal is the use of chaos to further enhance one's physical or spiritual abilities, focusing pure chaos for pure destructive means. I think this is really dope for an actual power, like power system, right? Because this isn't elemental, because the weapons may already have elemental attributes. So instead of it being an elemental power system, the weapons can have elemental attributes or some kind of affinities, right? And this is strictly more so for the user's ability, right? So think of it like, remember when, speaking of Bleach, remember when Ichigo, sorry guys, if you guys haven't seen Bleach, this is going to be a quick little spoiler. So maybe mute it real quick, and then I'll come back with this to let you guys know that we're back at it. Cool? Okay. So remember when Ichigo, are you guys ready? Just mute it real quick, just so I can, all right? I don't want to, just make sure you see the thumb, all right? When Ichigo goes to save Rukia, right? Drops his sword and starts fighting some of the other, they're like they're not the captains, they're the fucking niggas under them. Anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about. And he drops the shit down and just starts giving them the fucking hands. You know what I'm saying? That moment, they were like, hold on, he put his sword down? Like, yeah, because he's saucy with, like, his combat strength is really strong because of his Ryatsu, right? So, the vice captains, thank you. So, in that regard, it could be something similar to that, where if your shit is strong enough, or if you have key manipulation or grace, you can fight somebody that has an echelon that's like, oh shit, well, I don't have an echelon, but I can still give you that work, right? Because some people may rely heavily on their weapon, right? But then some people may have some really sick weaponry, right? Or some have, you know, that plus their echelon. Like there's some really cool strategy that can be played with it. I don't know how y'all feel. Let me know how y'all feel about it, because I think that's really dope. Cities, thank you again for explaining. Like I know you went here and revamped a little bit just to make it a little bit more, you know, dialed in. But I really like this Ki system too, bro. This Ki is really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, man, this is tough. This is really tough. He said it can equal the playing field. Would be dope to have both then. Keanu Norville, both then what? What you mean? Like having the chaos and the echelon? Well, that's what I'm saying, right? I want the echelon to be there, period. That's going to be there for sure. I just want to make sure that we have something on the other side, like outside of the weapon power system. There needs to be a power system for the user. You know what I'm saying? There has to be. Because the weapon is dope, but when they don't have the weapon, then they're not strong. So if something happens to the weapon, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's always going to be a case. So everybody just walks around with weapons. Like, there's got to be something that isn't reliant on that. Because now you're bringing your opponents down to a certain few, right? Because not everybody's going to be walking around with these echelon weapons, right? But if you go into a military stronghold, or there's some kind of base or whatever, not everybody's going to have weapons. You may have some people that are weaponless, but because they have chaos, they could really give you that work. You know what I mean? So that could be interesting. Echelons for weapons, chaos for power systems, universe motif. A flame swordsman wielding an aqua sword. Aqualad. Aqualad. Bro, I honestly think that might be a really dope blend, though. I think those two, because the thing is, the reason why I like the Ki is it has a really cool, we might have to use Ki for another story, guys. I really like Ki. I just don't know if it works well with the Echelon, but I think it works good as it's a good like what is it? It reminds me of like a Vox Machina type of thing, right? Where it's like you may have certain people that just specialize in a particular, or people that utilize multiple, but they're just not experts at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this seems more of like a team scenario to me at least, but maybe I'm just reading it wrong and don't have that experience. But the Ki shit is cold. But again, it feels like a Borderlands team thing. That's what it seems like to me. Am I off? What you think? What y'all think? We would combine the stand element of Ki with the chaos attribute, classes within classes. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you could. Let's see. So you're saying that, so you're saying having, so like Guardian, right? Using Ki energy, strength, not physical strength. Guardian can be used to shield off. So you're saying that some of these roles would be tied into that. I don't know. I kind of like how he has this set up as its own system. Like, it's because it sounds like a lot of this it'll be kind of too confusing. I don't want it to get too confusing. You know what I'm saying? I want it to sit to where it's digestible and it's not like too much of a fucking chess game as a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Lion said that might get, yeah, I think it might. I think it would be pretty cool that some of these weapons that are forged from the moon doesn't necessarily increase damage with the weapon. Sometimes it can just be physical, like mutating the user. Interesting. Well, and that's the thing too, right? So right now, all we know is that these weapons have well, I don't know if do any of these actually affect the user though? I don't think they do, right? It depends on your power mastery is what it's saying, right? So there's got to be some connection with, so you have to have some kind of affinity to be able to utilize the echelon weapons, because not everybody can have them, right? So that's going to be the first thing. So some people are going to be more gifted in utilizing the echelon weapons and can utilize more of that. But there's got to be some kind of baseline. I think the chaos stuff has to, for some way, the chaos has to tie into the echelon, right? Because in his description, he's saying how far you can attack forwards in time or backwards depends on your power and mastery. So power meaning it could be physical only, or in this case, however strong your chaos is will determine on how strong your weapon can perform, right? But it may not necessarily say, oh, we'll imbue this with chaos. Is that what we were talking about? The largest weapon should have what? The largest weapon should have the weight. What? Some weapons may be more chaotic than others. I mean, and two, we're only thinking of like regular type of weapons here. He just gave an example, right, of a gun or a sword, or primarily a sword, right? If you think of like, if you have like brass knuckles, bro, right? Think of brass knuckles made out of echelon, like out of the echelon material, whatever that shit is, whatever the gem or stone is, and you have like a mirrorless dimension brass knuckle. You can hit somebody like 20 times at the same time. Like, that's a problem, bro. Like, that's actually really tight. You know what I mean? Like, the creativity in that is awesome. The creativity with it is really dope. Some weapons may require different levels of power with each class of chaos. Grace Zeal. Right. Right. And we can find a way to rank them as well. Like, in the same way that you have in any anime that has power systems, they have some kind of tier, like, right, of something, just so you guys have an interesting way of scaling it, right? Will it be power levels, or to be grading them, you know, A, S, whatever, right? So, like even Solo Leveling did that with their hunters, right? The Hunters Association had to rank them. So there's definitely a way to do that, to kind of showcase, okay, a person's ranking. Yu Yu Hakusho with the demons, right? So, interesting enough, that might be a really cool way of doing it. And then people getting their weapons swapped out, right? You start off with like a gun that you're strong enough to utilize, but because you've built your chaos more or whatever, you decide like I want to get another gun that is, you know, a different dimension. You know what I'm saying? What about the one is strong against? What about the one is strong against one and weak against the other if it's just them three? Yeah, I mean, figuring that out too will be interesting. Like what the tree would look like. Yeah, it could be abilities or powers resulting from when echelon weapons mess with dimensions, or some abilities could stem from choosing zeal. Okay. Um. Again, I want to try to keep it simple. Having layers within layers can get really complex because we're not even talking about what weapons they are, how they're going to be used. So, you know what I mean? So I think in that regard, I'm just trying to think of like, what's the easiest way to get there, but also still have a lot of, what's the simplest form, and then what's still going to give us a lot of vertical play. So if we keep it weapons power system, and then one user power system, like the actual character power system, that way it just keeps it simple, and then just go vertical in those. Now I tried installing, but really have no input. Did you install it already? Did you jump in? Doesn't show that you're here, Carlos. What's going on, bro? What are you doing, man? Carl, where you at, bro? Take your time, bro. Michael Alva said, I'm very productive, LL. Love the ideas. They're pretty interesting. I have also posted just how this now, and it's similar to what we were talking about. Okay, dope. Oh, so you okay? So you put like a whole okay. You posted like an entire. Oh, what? Okay, got you. Okay, so you said you missed the live stream the other day and had an idea for. Okay, cool. So I'll check this out after. This is really lengthy. I want to keep this topic going a little bit further, but I'll check this out and then we'll talk about it for sure. This is dope though. Giving them coins, homie. And make sure you guys utilize those coins, bruh. For those that actually want Patreon content, they're right here. You know what I'm saying? It's not everything yet. It won't be everything. Let's just keep it a stack. But it will be series and things that you guys can get a la carte for certain things. So just give you guys a heads up. I can design chaos for simplicity, but maybe as you get stronger. Well, again, it doesn't need to be more simplified. It seems pretty simple enough. Like what you gave us is with like you have the chaos that everybody's kind of born with, right? It's absorbed into your body, right? You said it's like nature, like the nature chakra, right? Yeah. Only those of strong will are destined to use it. So it's something you have to train, right? You would have to train it. In the same way that key, everybody's born with key, but people didn't know how to use it. That's why Videl became able to use her shit, right? So I think in that regard, it works. I wouldn't make it more complex than that. Personally, I wouldn't. What y'all think in chat? I think we should keep it that way. Everybody has the potential. It's just you have to tap into it, right? Obviously, our main character will have a ton of potential already because he was genetically created. You know what I'm saying? He was created that way. So, but maybe he notices that his dad relies heavily on certain weapons, not necessarily building his chaos. Or maybe he has the divinity in him. Or maybe he has the ability to use all three. You know what I'm saying? But he has to, because remember he was saying he was created to be superior to his father in every way. So we'll figure out exactly how he wanted his son to have an advantage over him. But I think with that is figuring out his challenges. Like, all right, let's go back. Oh, who that? I don't know you. Okay. I mean, the chaos seems good the way that it is. We just would look into implementation at some point, right? Blicky is a chaos master for sure, right? Exactly. I was thinking the same thing, bro. Blicky in this thing. And those are things too, though. What's figuring out, like, you know, what if his pops only got to a certain level? That's all I really need to, or maybe his body just couldn't support getting stronger. We don't really know yet, right? So figuring that out. Hit the comment I just put in. I'm gonna delete it, but it was supposed to be plot twist. What? Think, Jericho. Think. All the time and resources spent into enhancing your DNA and training you to surpass your father. Why do you think this is? For a school science project, you were created to be the link, the bridge between us and them. The bridge, you were meant to be the first of us to evolve into a higher dimension, to become one of them in Echelon. I mean, look, there is definitely, I think, in the regard of figuring out what those are things too we still need to figure out, right? And we'll do that on another stream, is figuring out like what's going to be like, who is the character, what are they focused on, what's their mental like, you know, what's their desire, what do they want to be, who do they want to be. And these are for some of these characters that are going to be within the story, people that are just in that first episode, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of have an idea of, okay, now that we know what the power system is, we know who our characters are, what their goal is, or whatever that is, right? It'd be much easier for them to say, okay, where are the story elements for this character? What are the roadblocks for this character? What are, you know what I'm saying? Versus it just being, hey, let's just write all this stuff in. It's like, that sounds fun, but you can get real messy real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's probably jumping the gun. No, it's all good. No, you're good. You're good. But those are the things that I want to make sure that we are cognizant of in writing this stuff. Even though this is like super fun, this is like it's showing the process of what is into what it takes to actually create that story that people like, is figuring out like who these characters are. Who are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's this old, but what does he like? What does he like to do? What's his hobbies? Like, what you have to like create a person, right? You really have to create a person. That's the difficult part, is figuring out if that person was real, who would they be? What would they like to do? I'm just saying that's the level of stuff that I want to make sure that when we're thinking about some of these things that we're talking about, because I really think that this is a cool idea, and we should find people to help us create art and, you know, character design for certain people, and this would be sick. I think this would be actually really cool. But yeah, that's my thoughts. He said, can Jericho be a black kid, please? Why not? Why not? Like, we have to think of like, there's so much to think about. What's the aesthetic? Right? Like, is it super futuristic? Is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't know what the aesthetic is gonna look like. Like, what is this galaxy? What does this solar system look like? I don't know. The colors, I don't know. The clothing. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot that can be built in it. Ahmad said, I really enjoyed being with you guys. The best show. I appreciate it, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Our community is dope. Our community is dope. And it's growing more by the day, especially over on the Phantom Troupe, man. It's really dope chatting with you guys over here. Getting these challenges popping. I still gotta get everybody to win. So, real quick, let's look at some of the names over here. So, right now, it seems like Sidious is winning right now for Kings of Armageddon for the name of the series. Kings of Armageddon. Phantom Wrath is what Ellie put in there. B Ninja said Phantom Pharaohs. The Bird says Alpha Trigger. Book 1, Legacy of the 30 Moons. Walls of Jericho. The Walls of Jericho, bro. Come on. Death Shadows call it Survive. Genova Prime, because the name is tough. Okay. Naruto in this thing. I mean, that makes sense, like how Naruto is the name of the show, but it's him as well. Genova is the name of the character, so that makes sense. Interesting. Andromeda, okay. Unforeseen. Unforeseen sounds like a webtoon. That actually sounds like a webtoon name. Jericho, no, get out of here. I don't know what Punitika Masala means, but is that Tagalog? What is that? Is that Tagalog? What is that? The Shangri-La? What? Play similar to Heaven on Earth? Okay. The glass is cracked. The glass is cracked. Glock Nation, the return of the legendary knight. Moon Diamonds, upper echelon. Okay. So I think, so far, the ones that have popped out to me, I actually really like Kings of Armageddon. I think that sounds really interesting. Tika Masal's bussin', bro. You tripping? What? He said it's bussin'. You tripping? It could be like a futuristically old, like Star Wars. That could be interesting. I don't know if everyone is upvoting yet. After you pick the medalists, can we vote from those 3 picks? Yeah, I think that'd be good. Oh, it's an Indian dish. Got you. What? Okay, so what kind of, like, what's in it? Is it like chicken? Is it like what's in the dish? Yo, I just started eating Indian food here in Australia because I didn't really eat it in the States. Yo, Indian food smacks, bro. That shit, and it's spicy. I love spicy food, so I was like, oh, this shit. And it was crazy too because I was like, oh, let me get that spicy buttered chicken, bruh. And then they're like, you want a spice? I'm like, yeah, what? Yeah, for sure. Shit. Bro, I think it's because Australia is so close to India as opposed to like America. Same thing with Thai. Thai is close here too. You think you got spicy, you think you built for spicy in the States eating Thai or Indian. I promise you over here, you talking about, oh, give me the hottest. That's a mistake. That shit is a mistake. That shit is hot, bro. Oh no. Bro, your guts will be messed up for days, bro. That shit. Sheesh. That is not a joke. He says delicious. Okay. Butter chicken. Oh, it's butter chicken. Oh, what? I didn't know it was butter chicken. I didn't know that was butter chicken, bro. Get out of here. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, butter chicken is bomb, bro. I get that with like you can like I got it with like a coconut rice, but I got it with what's the rice that it's like white and orange? What's that rice? You get that with that. Ooh, and then get like garlic naan bread. Whew. Sheesh. Oh, too good. Too good. Yeah, bro. I made a steak once. My shit was on fire for the whole second. Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. Yo. Is it pilaf? What? Pilaf rice? Spice tolerance and dairy tolerance is inverted. Except for India. Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. Indian, like the closer you are to some of these countries, bro, and you start getting the real flavors. Because I'm telling you right now, Mexican food out here, trash. It's trash, bro. It's not, bro. It isn't. They're like, oh, let's go to Mexican. I'm like, that's not Mexican, bro. Like, what? That's not Mexican food. It looks like Mexican food, but it is not Mexican food. It is not. Like, well, they got the same ingredients, right? But y'all don't cook it the same. Y'all got the healthy versions of it. It's not the same, bro. It's not. Proximity is a big deal. And I didn't know that until I moved here. So eating like Japanese food, like ramen out here, boy, smacks. Sushi, smack. For sure. Thai food, smacks, bro. It's super bomb. You say naan? Naan means bread? Oh, got you. So like garlic naan, bro. Yee. Super good. Super good. But yeah. Yeah, man. Like saying jalapeno peppers. Right, exactly. You right. No, you right. Lion, you right. But guys, we're gonna wrap today here. So what I'll do is I'll select the top 3, and then we will vote on the top 3 for the name, and then we will run with the power systems that we selected for this. Right? Well, we got the chaos, and we got the upper echelons. Well, maybe we'll call it echelons. That way, you know what I'm saying? They're just called echelon. Like, what's your echelon? Because upper echelon, it sounds like it's too much. What's your echelon? Oh, he uses a blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I think using the just echelon will make more sense. But that shit is cold. Like this is dope. Man, this is great. I'm excited for the next stream, bro. So here's my question, guys. First and foremost, when should the next stream be? First and foremost, okay? Because we still have a lot to cover. We still have a lot to go over. What should we do? I'll actually talk. Well, I'll put a poll in. I'll put a question in the what's it called? In the Phantom Troupe for when. And then, I mean, it could be tomorrow if you want. Just we'll talk about it. So make sure you guys let me know in the Phantom Troupe. And then 2, I want to try to get us to 300 by tomorrow. So maybe we do like a crazy, I don't know, like a I guess you call it like a sub stream, I guess, but not the sub to the channel, but the sub to the Phantom Troupe. I don't know. But I want to make sure that we start building this community, because to me, like, the YouTube shit is popping. Like, I love YouTube. Don't get it twisted. I also want to be able to make sure that I can converse with you guys, that we can actually, have a community. So that's my biggest thing. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that we have stuff that we can talk about. So, and just cool ideas and fuck around, because like I said, there's going to be a lot coming to that platform as well. And again, it's not really meant to be a YouTube replacement, but I want us to have a place where we can chat about shit. And again, they're going to be adding some features where you guys will be able to do more stuff as opposed to just react to things that I'm putting up. There will be other things involved in the app as well. So there's a lot coming. I saw the roadmap for like the next 3 months. It's a lot. It's just a lot coming to this app. So Michael said, so we can have more people here next time. What did he say? He said, remind people to invite people to watch the next live stream. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, I'll put stuff in the community tab, but some people can see it, some people miss it. So I would say, like, when we're in the stream, just tell people to if you're part of Absolute Geek, come over to the Phantom Troupe. Like, come be here. But I want to make sure that we can actually push it. So, and when I post stuff in the Phantom Troupe, guys, do me a huge favor, because everything is like right now, like we're I don't even know if you guys know, we're in competition with other creators on that platform right now. So I know our community is smacking, but I also know our community is all over the place because YouTube doesn't notify you guys. So if we can continue to grow stuff on this platform, it'll allow us to do a lot more. So when's the next time? I want it to be tomorrow, if you guys are down. I will be posting immediately after this in the Phantom Troupe to ask you guys when, and then whatever that is, I'll create a thumbnail and I'll put it up on the community page so people know that we're going to go live tomorrow. But I also want to make sure that I want to try to get to 300 tomorrow. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think it's crazy. I think we could do it. And if it's got to be a giveaway tied to it, then fuck it. Then fuck it. But I want us to be able to get to 300. I want us to be able to get 300. Our community is too dope for us to be sitting at 230. I'm just saying. And these other communities are not tight like us. I'm just being honest with you. But it's irritating because I'm like, man, these guys, like, they cool, but like they not busting like us. So like, why we, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, I'm about to take a rain check seeing Batman. Ooh, let's go. Think about the Adon title. What? Adon has a nice ring to it. What you mean? Adon? What do you mean, Adon? As the actual show name? I don't know. Or even World of Adonvanek? No. Michael said, what time tomorrow? Same time? I'm not sure. Michael, are you in the Phantom Troupe? If you are, because I think you're the funny one that popped in there, right? The name that I was laughing at. I will put it in here. I'll let you guys know in the Phantom Troupe. I'll ask when you guys want to go, and if you guys say tomorrow, we'll knock it out. But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys rocking with your boy. Let's try to push for that 300, bro. We got this thing, bro. We got it. I'll catch you guys in the next one, bro. Till then, we out.